Many objects that will shed light on the social life of that period were discovered during the excavations of the Edirne Palace, which was home to the sultans of the period of the rise of the Ottoman Empire, such as Fatih Sultan Mehmet and Suleiman the Magnificent. The director of the excavations of the new Edirne Palace and a member of the faculty of the University of Bakhchesehir, Associate Professor Dr. Mustafa Ozer said that during the excavations carried out in cooperation with the Ministry of Culture and Tourism and the University of Bakhchesehir, many finds reflecting the social life of the palace were discovered. Ozer said, "In addition to the architectural treasures found during the archaeological excavations that we have been conducting at Edirne Palace since 2009, ceramics, which we call portable cultural treasures, meerschaum pipes and containers with cosmetics belonging to the Sultan and his family, reflecting life in the palace, have also been found. We unearthed dozens of bottles and containers made of bone, glass and metal, in which the women in the palace kept their perfumes and creams. Undoubtedly, the palace is not only a place where the state is governed, courts are established and military decisions are made. Public life is going on in the palaces. The finds are one of the most important evidences of this social life." Ozer stated that in the 15th century Europe was under the influence of the Ottoman Empire, especially with regard to cosmetics, and in subsequent periods countries such as France used this influence to their advantage. Ozer stated that when we look at the processing of bottles in which cosmetic products from the palace were stored, we can interpret that these were products prepared for the Sultan's family, and this may be Hurrem Sultan. From the embroidery and appearance, you can guess that they belong to the family of high-ranking officials and sultans. Many sultans and their families stayed in this palace, and one of the perfume bottles found may belong to Hurrem Sultan. The new Edirne Palace. The construction of the Edirne Palace, Saray Sadid-i Amire, built on the banks of the Tunja River. The palace began to be built in 1450 by order of Murad. After Murad's death, the palace was constantly expanded. The Edirne Palace, which has a layout similar to Topkapi Palace, reflects the general character of Turkish palace architecture. Russian-Turkish War in 1829, the palace was seriously damaged when Adrianople was occupied by Russian troops, who organized barracks in the palace. The palace was finally destroyed in 1878, during the Russian-Turkish War, when the retreating Turks blew up the arsenals located near the palace. Only 10 out of 100 buildings have survived to this day. In 2008, it was decided to restore the complex, which began in 2009. The palace houses such structures as the Jihan Nayam Pavilion. Jayanuma was the most striking structure of the complex. It was built in 1452 under Fatih and was a 7-story building. There was a swimming pool on the top floor. Now the pavilion has been destroyed. The Sand Pavilion is located near Jihanum. Got its name from the location. It was built in the time of Mehmet Fatih. The pavilion and the adjacent hammam have been preserved to this day. The Pavilion of Justice, or the Judicial Pavilion. It was built by Sinan on the orders of Suleiman Kanuni in 1562. It was used for meetings of the Divan and the Supreme Court. On the ground floor there was a sherbetkhane. On the second floor there were scribes, secretaries. The Divan Council met on the top floor in the Marble Hall. In the middle of the Marble Hall there was a swimming pool, and behind the throne of the Padishah there was a secret room. The Palace Garden. From the Palace Garden, only a 58-hectare section of forest, called the Chicken Forest, has survived to this day. This forest is full of many valuable medicinal plants. Here, Mehmed Avcı built the Nightingale Pavilion in 1671 with a small hunting lodge, which has been preserved today.